Hi, I'm Billy Lyell, former IBF middleweight world title challenger and the owner of the Sweet Science Boxing and Fitness Gym. And I'm here to introduce my brand new YouTube channel, the Sweet Science Boxing and Fitness.
Personally, she's bit right by Billy Lyell.
Hi guys, thank you for tuning back in to the YouTube channel. Today I'm really excited to share one of my favorite skills with you and some great drills to go along with the skill. So in boxing, the first punch we all learn is the left jab. Whether it's my gym or any other gym you really go to, you learn how to throw the jab first. And consequently, when people are in the ring, whether it's sparring or hitting a bag or in a match, the first punch they always throw is a left jab. So it is the most important punch in boxing, but knowing that, there's a lot of ways to counter the jab. So it's almost as if I know what my opponent's gonna do. I'm the Houston Astros and I'm stealing the signs. So I know they're gonna throw a jab first. I know that left jab's coming at me. So if I know what my opponent's gonna do 90% of the time, then I should have a plan of how I'm gonna counter that. So today, the whole video is going to be about how to counter a jab. Again, like I said, 90% of the time, that left jab is coming at you first. So I know the jab's coming, I should have a plan for what I'm gonna do when my opponent throws that jab. So there's many different ways to counter the jab. I'm gonna call Joseph Rojas in here, Junior Olympic champion. And we're gonna get in the ring here in a minute and demonstrate some different ways to counter the jab. Hey guys, here we are back in the ring, and again, we're gonna talk about ways to counter the jab. So my favorite way to counter the jab is to come right over top with a straight right hand. It's something I used all the time in my career. The first thing to know about that is when you're in the ring with your opponent, it's a good reminder you always want to look at their hands or chest. There's no reason to look at them in the face because their head's not going to hit you. So what I would do, I would get in the ring and I'd see their hands, and I know 90% of the time that left jab is going to come at me. So as soon as I would see that left jab start coming at me, I would take a half step back and shoot the straight right hand over top. It worked numerous times against John Duddy, and in many other of my fights and victories, the straight right hand over the top was a big weapon. And the funny thing about it is you don't have to be really tall to make it work. I'm 5'9". Most of the time I was fighting opponents taller than me, but with good timing, you can still go over top their jab with your right hand. So Joseph, we'll get on the side here to demonstrate. What's gonna happen is this. Joe throws a right hand at me, or a jab, I'm sorry, left jab. As he throws this left jab, my right foot takes a step backwards. As soon as my right foot plants, I immediately explode and come over top of the right hand. So I see the jab, my eyes are on his chest. I watch for that jab, which I know is coming. As soon as it starts coming out, go ahead. I immediately start to go back to get out of range of it, and I use that foot to explode forward. As soon as my right foot hits the ground, I explode forward with my own right hand. So a big drill we do at the gym all the time is where I just throw my left jab at people, they take a half step back and explode with their right hand right over top. And it's been very successful for a lot of my amateurs in their bouts. He's again looking right at my chest. He's watching my hands. As soon as my hand comes down, his right foot goes back. And as soon as it hits, he's not sitting down, he's not getting flat on his foot. As soon as that right toe touches the ground, he uses that to explode forward. So the foot movement is used twofold. Number one, to get yourself out of range, and number two, to explode forward. So a lot of times in the gym when I'm catching hand pads, what I'll do is I'll just shoot that jab and he'll explode forward with the right hand for two reasons. Number one, Joe moves that back foot backwards to get out of range, and number two, as he steps back, he's using it to explode as a catapult to explode forward. So what we'll do right here is I'm just going to throw some left jabs at him, and he's going to explode forward. And if you see, his focus is right on my hand. Only thing he's looking at is this left hand, because he knows 90% of the time this left hand is coming, and as soon as he sees it come out a little bit, that foot moves backwards and he explodes forward. Now, as you do this more often and you get more advanced in your boxing, you're gonna wanna change the cadence. So for the more advanced technique, I won't throw one jab after another. What I'll do is I'll throw a jab, pause, wait, throw another jab, and let him react to my timing. So let's try it that way, Joe. Keep your focus right here on this left hand. That's what's coming. Exactly. Doesn't matter what anything else is doing. As soon as this hand comes forward, that foot's catapulting back and exploding forward. So that's one great way to counter a jab. Now, there's many ways to counter the jab. The next one I'm going to show you is to actually throw a right hook to the body, which is another very important technique and very effective way to counter the jab. So this time, Joe, what we'll do is I'm going to throw again my left jab. The fundamentals stay the same. He's still looking at my left hand. He's looking for this left hand to come because he knows it's coming. And when it comes, he's going to counter it. So when I throw that jab, what Joe's going to do is very subtly slip to his right and throw a right hook. Now you see how good his fundamentals are. As he slips to the right, his head still does not come over his knee. So you still keep your fundamentals, head behind your knee, doing all these drills. He bends that knee to get closer, but he does not lean forward to get off balance. So again, I'll throw a jab, and this time he slips to the right and rips a forward to the body. Now let it rip. And I'm feeling that one. You can go to the head with the right hand, or you can go to the body with the right hook. But there's still more ways to counter the jab. Another great way to counter the jab is going to be to slip to the left and throw a left uppercut or a 5 to the body. So let's switch sides here, Joe, so we can get a different angle. So when I throw the jab here, what Joe's gonna do is he's gonna slip to the left and rip that left uppercut right in to my torso and my diaphragm. Good, get a little more twist on it. Yeah, there we go. So I'm in the ring, I'm in a match. You throw a jab at me, I come over top. All of a sudden, you know, you see that coming, you adjust. Now you throw a jab, you're expecting me to come over top, I come a right hook to the body. Now you're prepared for the right hand to come with the jab, you're looking for it. What do? I slip to my left and throw a 5 into the body. But still, we can still do more even with that jab. There's many ways to counter the jab. So the next thing I'm going to show is many times when someone throws a left jab, especially if they're taller than you, what you want to do is just duck down and throw a 6 or right uppercut right to the head. So all you're going to do is drop down and throw a 6 to the head. Notice the focus and the eye discipline of where his eyes are at in conjunction to my hands. The eyes stay on the chest the whole time. He's completely focused. He's not looking at the head. He's not going for anything else. And the final way we teach at the gym, and the final drill we do for countering the jab, is to catch the jab, to parry it, which we learned in a prior video. You parry the jab. Go ahead and throw it at me, Joe. And then so you knock it down and then come over top with the same hand. With this drill, you don't quite get as much power as bringing the right foot back, but it's a little bit easier to block with the right hand. Your timing doesn't have to be as good to parry it. I could just parry it and shoot straight forward. Where my timing and my range, it takes a little bit more ring generalship to take that half step backwards and still be in range to explode forward. So go ahead and parry the jab and come over right back with your straight right hand. Now when Joe parries that jab, as he's doing that, again, as he catches it with the hand, but when he throws it, he's turning the hip. So the catch is here, catch with the hand, and then simultaneously he turns the hip. Pow, pow, and again. A little bit firmer. So these are things we do every day at the Sweet Science Boxing Gym, and you can't do a drill one time and expect to know it. So maybe for a whole round, for a whole 2 rounds, he's taking half step back, right hand. Or for a whole 2 rounds, 2 or 3 rounds, he slips to the left and throws a 5 to the body. So like anything else, you need to practice over and over and over again. It's repetition, but if you practice these drills, they're gonna work for you immediately. And in a later video series, I'm going to show how to fight a southpaw, because obviously if you're fighting a southpaw or a left-hander, the jab is going to be coming from a different angle, so these techniques would not work. So thank you for tuning in, and I'm excited for the next video. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the videos. I want to let you know we have a brand new groundbreaking app, the Sweet Science Plus, available in the Apple iTunes Store, where Kelly the Ghost Pavlik, 3-time middleweight champion, and myself provide a 40-minute workout every day with boxing video instruction. Be sure to get this app to practice the techniques you learned from this YouTube channel.